rendition of Bachelor Surprise is going to be jambalaya. I had browned my sausage, but the recording was not good. I had to redo it. So all my sausage is browned. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And the key to this pot, this skillet, is to make sure that the oil and everything stays good. So take those sausages out. And the next thing we're going to brown down is the chicken. Go ahead and pour the chicken in there. I leave the skin on. These are thighs. I debone them. Go ahead and flip them skin side down first. Go ahead and brown these down a bit. I brine the chicken with some garlic pepper seasoning. So the chicken should have a garlicky and peppery taste to it. The overall taste of the Cajun sauce seasoning is going to have a little pepper in it. I'm using Dano's Cajun. I have the rest of this one, and then as much as this as I'll use. I used it before and it came out wonderful with the Dano's. The chicken is browning down nicely. I haven't turned it over yet, but go ahead and turn it over. I deboned these thighs by myself, and they brined in garlic pepper. Since the sausage, the andouille sausage, is pretty much seasoned, as far as seasoning goes, its own taste. And the chicken I brined, so that's going to incorporate the garlic pepper seasoning. And the pork I marinated overnight as well with some Dale's, just a little bit of Dale's, and some W sauce. So I got some Dale's low sodium marinade and the almighty W sauce. That's what I marinated the pork in. So that fusion of tastes are going to come together, and the Dano's seasoning, the Cajun seasoning, should bring it all together with less salt, low sodium, you know. Chicken looking nice and browned. I probably should have taken the skin off, because now all of that chicken fat has kind of corrupted the pot. I'm definitely going to take some of that out. So the chicken is browned down. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I'll probably slice it up before I introduce it. I took some of the oil out. And that's what we're working with so far. And now the pork. These are some chops that I bought. Sliced them up. I'm gonna go ahead and brown those down. Yes, I'm washing everything. That's what you heard. Got a new wooden spoon for my tea fowl. Don't want to use any metal. Make sure those pieces are separated. And go ahead and brown down this pork. The pork had been marinating in some W sauce and a little bit of Dale's. Go ahead and turn this pork over. Got some crunchy ones already. But the beauty of Bachelor Surprise, it's all going to get eaten regardless. When you cook for yourself, you're going to eat it anyway. That side of the skillet is normally hotter than this lower side. As you see, I turn these over. So that's what we're dealing with here. And this is a brand new stove with the eye that lights from the bottom, the glass, which are pretty good stoves. And these are brand new Tefal skillets, so it's flat. But here we have it. So I'm gonna just transfer the ones that are done over, like cooked a little longer over here, and transfer the other ones over there. You know your stove, you know. But this chicken and pork does have to be cooked thoroughly. You can't undercook chicken or pork. And if you do, let that be a lesson for you. Browning down the pork. And they're still going to have a 15 or 30 minute, well, a 15-minute cook time, then a 15-minute uncooked time. So the heat is going to reverberate within the skillet, which is a pretty good thing as the rice cooks. So the pork is nice and browned down. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that out. That's it. Smells great. Set that aside. Turn the fire down a little. I'm going to, so that this doesn't get violent, put a little chicken stock in there. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my vegetables and pour them in. Trinity diced. See how that looks? Are there jalapenos in there? I guess so. All right, so go ahead and put that in there. We want to let that get all incorporated and sauteed. I think I skipped a step, but I can improvise. Fire went down a little lower than what I wanted. Supposed to add some flour in there, so I'm going to go ahead and add some to this. Not much, about that much. And using my instincts, I'm going to add a little bit more chicken stock. Okay, now this part is going to take a while. So this is going to be our roux with the vegetables in there. I should have made the roux before putting the vegetables in, but this is Bachelor Surprise. The essence of Bachelor Surprise. But it's not dark brown like they do it here in the South, but it's a good consistency. We don't want those vegetables to just boil away. That's why I'm just going to go ahead and let this be the roux that I want. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of tomato paste and add. Incorporate that in. And then we had the color of our roux. Nah, just kidding. But the tomato paste is in there. It's looking good. Just mix it all around. All right. So that's our roux and our vegetables. We're just going to go ahead and start adding back the meats. We have the sausage. We have the chicken that I cut up even more. And we have our pork. And going to go ahead and get another wooden spoon. Start mixing this all up. Let it cook for a little bit together so those flavors marry together and blend. You didn't see it, but when I was putting the flour back up, the flour exploded on me. Okay, so that's looking good. Incorporating everything. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fire back up. It looks really good, but we know we're not quite there yet. Wait for the fire to get up a little more. We don't want it violent, but we want it to, this is where my primary cook is with everything together. Because we did everything individually. Know your temperatures, people. Get a thermometer if you can, one of the kind where you poke in, and that'll tell you the temperature of your meat. All right, starting to cook nicely. That's the temperature. That's the cooking. That's the way I like it. A little bit more. Come up to temperature. Make sure that's centered over the eye. And here's where I'm going to put in my first seasoning of Dano's Cajun. Right? This one is almost at the bottom. Get the Dano's Cajun in there. That's a good douse. Go ahead and stir in the Dano's seasoning. Woo! That Cajun smell is coming through. Okay, so now you see how it's cooking nicely. So I'm going to go in with about a cup of chicken broth, less sodium. Right there. Just fill it to the line of the food. I'm going to kick my fire up a little bit more. And then I'm going to come in with water. I'm using bottled water. I don't use tap wherever I go for whatever reasons. Looks like a lot of water, but the rice is going to absorb a lot of that. And right here, I like to let it come to a rolling boil, a nice boil before I put in the rice. My temperatures are a little different. I like everything cooked thoroughly. I don't want to mess around with pork and chicken in one dish, if you know what I mean. But it's looking good. As you can see, it's starting to boil. I want it to come to a nice boil, and then I'm going to put the rice in immediately. Hopefully this doesn't overflow when I put the rice in. I only got about an inch left of space on here. This gives everything a chance to come up to speed. Okay, we're at a nice boil, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce the rice. This is about a cup and a half. Yeah, it took all of that with no problem. All right, we want to stir it evenly till the rice is spread out all throughout the pot, all throughout the dish. That's less rice than I used last time, but it should be good. Coming to a boil again. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. Actually, I'm going to let it cook for a bit. I think the rice is evenly distributed throughout. It's probably fallen to the bottom. So I'm going to keep this moving. Don't want to burn anything, especially not at this point. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way down to low and add the pan lid. I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 25 minutes. And start the timer. Okay, now it's time for the big reveal. We have that sound, which means the 25 minutes are over. Go ahead and cancel that. And we have jambalaya. Looks like it came out pretty well. And I see in the South, they like to do this. I know I've upset the beautiful presentation it had from when it was cooking, but there we have it. Jambalaya. The rice is nice. Woo! Oh, looks like the bottom of it. In some spots, yeah, that was just a couple of spots. All right. It's kind of like why we turn it over, so it doesn't burn in one spot. Okay. Normally I would let it sit for a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and spoon a little onto a plate and see what we're working with. Got some of that sausage, some of that pork, and I saw some chicken in there. Okay, so there we have it. The jambalaya. Got some of that chicken. Go ahead and give that a try. Moist. Perfect chicken. Give the pork a try. Tender. Breaks apart in your mouth very easily. A little firm still, but not too much. And the sausage, the andouille, of course. And the rice. Perfect. Still a little fluffy. Not too mushy. The taste, you can taste the Dano's seasoning, and you can taste the garlic and the pepper. The pepper's a little strong. But that's the jambalaya. And it is pretty good. Got a smoky taste to it, which I'm just over here tearing it up. My bad. Wasn't ready for that smoky taste. Nevertheless, it's really good. For my drink, I got some orange juice and some Minute Maid berry fruit punch mix. That's refreshing. Okay, so today's Sunday. I went to church today, and I didn't know I was going to get up and speak, but I got up and spoke at our ministry meeting. The Lord is good. And learning to, or not learning, like applying, the first thing I do when I wake up is to read God's word. That's for me. It's not for anyone else. Let the testimony go out and you do with it what you will. But as for me in my house, which is this little apartment, well, it's not that little. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. We will serve the Lord. Whatever problems you face, whatever issues arise, whatever things happen in this crazy world, you wouldn't believe some of the things that's happening. I'm not going to put my business out there, but it's amazing when a door closes and another one opens, how you have to just be happy through the entire transition. Show happiness, show joy, show that you are a descendant of what was done in love, and to keep them guessing, because there's a lot of people out there that seem like times have changed. It's just there's more younger people as the older ones are dying off, unfortunately. But the younger generation, they're the headphone generation. They're not from the generation where they had the Marantz stereo in the living room, and you could hear the stereo up and down the block from the neighbor's house. They're not that generation. Their generation is headphones, headsets. So it's a little bit different. And their generation is a social media generation. And I looked it up the other day, and if you Google it, it'll tell you that the lack of social contact will have more of the majority of people that are in that realm socially not able to function. So when they get together, what do? They look for someone to laugh at. They look for someone to be the bad guy. And if you're just the old guy living amongst people in this world, this new world, then you're most of the time going to be the guy being laughed at. But, and ridiculed, and, people are like, ooh, that gross guy over there. And it's like, if you only knew, there's no guile, there's no mischief in me. I don't know what you've heard about me. Maybe I have no idea. But for me and this apartment, I will serve the Lord. And that's my testimony. I don't have a jingle today because everyone will look you up. And whatever they find, they're going to believe. They're not going to take you for what you are. And just know that this generation, the way that things are going now, is the information age. And, like I said, people are going to look you up. They're going to, judge you according to what they find. So just be careful, because some people have to carry a certain burden that no other person can carry. If I wasn't a Christian, I probably wouldn't be here. The burden that I carry is that heavy. But I'm no crazy person. I don't have some inner thing inside of me that's going to have me go out and do something crazy. I'm not going to hang myself. So just take it for what it is. A lot of things are being revealed daily. And sometimes when God reveals things through us, through his word and through his people, in some cases, you want to just say, okay, I just want to be by myself all the time. And we know that we can't forsake the assembling of each other together. So just take that burden and put it on the Lord Jesus Christ, and he will fulfill your needs in ways that if you're not ready for, you won't know how to enjoy it. But there is joy. And that was a little bit paraphrasing of the message I had today. Fear not. The Lord protects us wherever we are. The angel of the Lord encamps around those that fear his name. So we're under his protective wings. And may God comfort you all and be at peace and be full of joy. All right? Whatever burden you have, put it on the Lord. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It's paraphrasing that. But, and in some cases, when you have to cry, just go ahead and cry. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave it because I'm about to tear up this jambalaya. Have a wonderful day, morning, evening, dawn, dusk, wherever you are on this planet. And remember, I love you. I love you all because you all listen to me and watch my videos. Really appreciate when someone says, hey, yeah, I watched your video. As a matter of fact, someone, a friend of a friend, I was talking to someone that I haven't talked to in a long time, and they were saying, oh yeah, the guy on the cooking videos. And I heard them in the background. I was like, wow. So there's reach, and I'm thankful for that. Just like when a new believer comes to Christ, a million angels rejoice. When someone watched my video, I rejoiced a million times. I know I'm babbling on, but just know that there's no guile in me. There's no, what you see is what you get. And if I have to move on from here, I've learned and I will move on. The Lord will provide a way for me to move on and leave the area and go somewhere else, wherever he has me to go to the next phase of my journey. Have a wonderful day. Bye.